Today we're going to be covering transitioning to Acumatica. So kind of go through a recap of what we've covered over the past couple of months and some facets of the Acumatica suite, its services, its support. Our support is from Crestwood Associates, and basically give those ending details to hopefully make you consider strongly moving to the Acumatica suite. So first, I want to go through a solution recap and want to start that off by looking at this ERP value matrix from Nucleus Research. Obviously, paints Acumatica in a favorable light in the leader quadrant, but really, what I want to point out is that it's on the usability axis. It's at the top, and that seems to be really like the consistent rating and commentary of the Acumatica suite. Its usability is the best, and to be in this leader quadrant, you need strong functionality and usability. But usability really seems to be its forte, and probably one of the leading contributors to basically threefold in increasing its customer base over the past few years. So along with those leading usability qualities, we want to just kind of recap and show maybe a little bit of a reminder of a few of them. So universal search, I'm going to talk a little bit back and forth here. So it's like Google search within the suite. Type the word vendor, any menu item that has the word vendor in it, any entity that has the word vendor in it. We have a vendor that is called Go-To Vendor Inc. in this environment. Any help article related to vendors. So just a nice, powerful Google search within the suite. Maybe pretty standard today in terms of SaaS ERP applications, and certainly Acumatica includes it. Help documentation. So bring content that's relevant to where you are in the system. So here we are on a vendor maintenance page. Select a help, and we get a form reference, and we get some related concepts. Opening up the form reference, there we see all the detail that we need, encyclopedia, if you will, for the vendor reference. All the different types of actions that are available, all the different types of inquiries, all the different fields, what they mean. Very, very detailed. Has more detail rather than less, which I like to err on the side of. And overall, just the overall visual design of this, so smart typing. So we have, let's say we're creating a vendor bill here. Like, hey, I know when I'm creating that vendor bill, I know go-to is in the name. Start typing go-to, and there it goes. It pops up. So again, another common modern quality. It's one of the many leading usability qualities in Acumatica and in a modern SaaS ERP suite. Also, active process flow dashboards. So we have these dashboards that bring information and that's actionable to various roles without the organization. So if we look at, leave that and go into the sales manager dashboard, what are the team's sales bookings, key customer growth, what are our wins and losses? We could drill down into these widgets and look at all the details. But also in these dashboards, we have these process flows. So overall process flow for CRM, for finance, for distribution, for field services. So we take a look at the CRM flow, showing, hey, here's the origination of all the different sources, if you will, for leads, and what can we do with leads? Well, we can convert them to contacts, we can convert them to opportunities, ultimately, hopefully, convert them to a business account, being a customer, track those opportunities, get some pipeline reporting. We can track our cases for those customers as well, support cases, service calls, whatnot. So this is also actionable as well. So hover over leads, click on that, and away can plug away leads into the system. I'm going to go back to the presentation here, so going through some of those leading usability qualities online. Also, learning resources. So here I am on the Acumatica portal, and going into the education site. There are courses in the Open University, and there are also some really good job aids. So courses are taken by our clients, are taken a lot by value-added resellers such as Crestwood Associates. That also leads to certifications in the world of consulting. But your classes on finance, classes on project accounting, these are self-paced courses that include quizzes, tests at the end to reinforce the concepts that are studied. These courses all throughout this, covering throughout the suite. And then also underneath this practice menu, these are these job aids. So really good for, I would say, a quick reference guide, but there's a lot of reference within the guide. So just opening up, like, say, an accounts payable clerk job aid, all the functions that would be expected out of an accounts payable clerk role: entering, processing bills, applying credits and debits, processing payments for the vendors, processing prepayments, running some reports. So a very step-by-step. If end users need that, and need a little help with understanding the system. But again, this system is very intuitive. It's got strong usability ratings. But those resources are there and available when you sign up. Continuing on with the solution recap, new releases 2 times a year. So this enhances the functionality. So let's say when you're entering into a subscription agreement with Acumatica, you're paying this, a certain amount every year. You're not paying for a depreciating service. This is appreciating, adding new functionality, refining functionality, building new functions, and releasing these twice a year. Now, there's different ways that these releases come to you. If they're hosted through Acumatica, through SaaS, or you may hear the term multi-tenant environment, they'll be scheduled and pushed to your system twice a year. With a private cloud service, you can control the timing of when those releases get applied to your system as well. We'll look at that a little bit later, but I just wanted to bring up that that a little bit of a variance between going a multi-tenant route versus a private cloud route. Subscriptions. This makes Acumatica stick out a little bit compared to its competitors. Its competitors have, for the most part, user-based licensing. There are unlimited users with Acumatica, and it's really based on forecasted transaction volume and some details into how to determine what that transaction volume is, that then determine the right subscription to support your environment and what that cost ultimately is. That said, there is one exception to it, and that's what's called a small business edition. So the small business edition says, hey, we'll give, for small businesses up to 10 named licenses, knowing that their transaction volumes overall are low. So Acumatica is providing that flexibility to still go back to the user-based subscription model. They recognize that not one model fits all customers in all industries. So there's definitely that flexibility there. Just wanted to point that out. Access from anywhere, anytime. So whatever you can get into in the suite from a laptop, desktop computer, you can do the same with a mobile device, with a cell phone, with an iPad. So all of it can be exposed through the mobile application. I do want to say that there's a mobile application that can be downloaded, installed on the mobile device, as well as just be able to open up a browser and open up Acumatica in a browser on the mobile device. So there's more than one way to get at it from a mobile perspective. Value-added resellers, you may also hear the term solution providers. So Crestwood Associates, we're part of this network, provides all the services to the client. And I'd like to point out this is another differentiating point of Acumatica, very important for getting the right attention that you deserve as a client. That Acumatica, they're the publisher of the software. They're focused on making this more enriched, adding new functionality, keeping this modern, having their heads future focused on what customers are going to need out of the suite. Some of our competitors, they'll provide services and they'll compete with their own value-added resellers. Acumatica doesn't do that. They say, hey, we're building the best software we can, and that's what we want to focus on. Those are our core activities and really lean on value-added resellers that this network that Crestwood Associates is part of to deliver the best services for that. So core functionality, we covered these throughout the past couple of months: financial management, customer relationship management, CRM, supply chain management, and so forth. So these are the areas that we covered. We provided overviews of each of these. Do want to show on our Crestwood site. Go into the blog section here, and underneath webinars, we've got, this is the series that we're wrapping up today here. Webinar series all about Acumatica. And these are all those topics. So we have hyperlinks to all those that are recorded. Just did this one last week, project accounting, and this is the one we're in the middle of transitioning to Acumatica. So just wanted to show that these are available anytime for to the public. So just wanted to point that out. And with that core functionality, we did overviews of those. But as we get deeper into, say, we're in a discovery with someone that's considering Acumatica, we're getting into some deeper dives. That can lead to the need for some of these additional functions that are in green. So in the world of financial management, deferred revenue that supports revenue recognition, deferral schedules, contracts. It integrates established customer contracts with billing. In the world of manufacturing, we got the product configurator that enables configuring made-to-order products, estimating, quick, simple estimates that convert to BOMs or bills of material and sales orders. And then in the world of service management or field services, kind of use those terms synonymously. Equipment management, tracking equipment maintenance, warranties, service of the equipment and its parts, and route management, having some route templates and route generation, optimizing the routes for the field service tech. So these core functions are deep, and what we have done over the past couple of months is not try to overload the audiences by doing overviews of the core functions, but just want to point this out that this suite is deep in each of these areas. So Acumatica has been focused strongly on verticalization over the past 2 years. Here are the vertical additions that are available. I want to note that second from the bottom, construction, fairly unique in the cloud ERP space. Again, another differentiator from Acumatica, seeing a gap in offerings to that particular industry, and more of this is to come. Verticalization has been a focus, I would say, in the ERP space for a handful of years now, and that's the trend that's going to continue on, bringing together best practices along with the product enhancements that get released 2 times. Speaking of enhancing that core functionality, our ISV, or independent software vendor network within the Acumatica ecosystem, this enhances the product in terms of the vertical focus and core functionality. So just calling out a few: Nonprofit Plus, focused on the nonprofit industry, given by the name. We got Jams, we got Jazz focusing on manufacturing. We have Fusion providing a point of sale product. Just a few of the many examples of the ISVs that are really extending that Acumatica suite in a really good way for core functionality and also for vertical focus. These ISVs are categorically listed on Acumatica's site. So with that, I just want to point that out. Here's the Acumatica website with the it's underneath extensions link here, and underneath this we can see, like, hey, category. All right, I'm interested in the world of finance. What about the world of finance? Payment management and processing solutions. So we have these ISVs that pop up. Some you may not have heard of. Some you may have seen from other ecosystems that are they're leaders in this particular space. So a lot of different providers for these extensions to core functionality and providing more vertical focus to the suite. Implementation options. So these are ours, Crestwood Associates. 2 of them to look at. Full project lifecycle. So if you've been through an ERP implementation, you can remember, like, the waterfall methodology: discovery, config, testing, data migration, training, integration, and support. So gathering the requirements, building out the system, testing it, prepping and training on it, then flipping the switch and providing the support for you. We've been doing this for a long time. A newer model is a rapid assist deployment. So some people may not like what I liken it to, but I consider it do-it-yourself. So basically, we have these clients that say, hey, they like being hands-on, like learning along the way. They've got experience implementing systems or portions of the systems, and they don't need full-blown support from soup to nuts, as is in the full project lifecycle. So, it covers all the elements of a main project, but really taking the reins and understanding that ERP has matured over the decades, and it's a lot more intuitive. So we have clients that are more and more interested in this type of deployment, and of course, what's the benefit? Less cost and faster. So I would say, simple to moderate scope is an ideal trait for this type of model. So have core financials, some straightforward distribution needs, and CRM example. Great, that's all supported out of the box. Maybe not even need any ISV extensions or customizations to it. Really, a really good candidate for a rapid assist deployment. Yeah, now it can be better to have some customizations that has some ISVs in there, but just want to give a flavor of a little bit of what that ideal profile looks like. You have these experienced folks on staff that can take some of the legwork and therefore some of the cost and speed up the timeline for your implementation. So licensing options, there are a few of them. Public cloud, so Acumatica is supporting the system on their infrastructure through AWS, and it's only on you can only get it through a subscription basis. Private cloud, so Crestwood Associates is one provider, has its own cloud farm, if you will, supported on Microsoft Azure. It doesn't have to be Microsoft Azure; it could be anything. You can have your own, another private cloud provider supporting it as well. It could be on a subscription or perpetual basis. Perpetual is basically buying the software outright. Subscription is more of that annual fee, but you're getting you're getting some good value out of that. And then lastly, on premises, can be a subscription or perpetual. Get the software put onto your own infrastructure, basically your own facility there. And lastly about us, so Crestwood, we've been partner of the year last couple of years. This is getting that partner of the year award is really through achieving client and revenue targets set for us. So and we also have individual MVPs. So these are individual consultants, like principal consultants. They grow, support, and contribute to the Acumatica ecosystem through real excellent delivery, providing good information and client guidance. So I want to just take a look at our Crestwood site. Come back here. Yeah, so we're back to the blog section. Instead of looking up the webinars, filter that blog section on Acumatica, and here we have some good information about what's happening in the Acumatica space. Here, yep, we're proud of this. We just made the 2018 VAR Stars list this week. That's, I believe, 6 years in the running. Then we have some folks, providing some good information, detailed information about Acumatica. So here's Christine with tracking purchasing in Acumatica from requisitions to receipts. We've got a webinar on some of our products. Take a moment to talk about that. We have Joe here providing some guidance on the technical aspects of Acumatica. Come down here, Guillermo, highlighting one of the many features that came out in the latest release, 2018 R2. We've got down here, Mike Eichinger. He's one of those MVP award winners, one of those individual consultants recognized for his achievements. Here's a how-to that he's got. Joel McDonald going through item pricing and discounts, how that works in Acumatica. So providing all of this detail that are high level to how-to and individual steps of working and configuring your Acumatica system. So just some of the one example of information sharing that leads to an MVP award. We got a 20-year history in the ERP space. We got backgrounds in the Microsoft suites that we still deliver, and we got competitive products as well. This is really due to Crestwood's investment in having strong, experienced professionals on its staff, and really understanding what its customers want. Bob Scott's just mentioned, we made that top VARs list again, 2013 through the present. So 19 minus 12. I lied. Okay, so that's the 7th year in a row that we've made that list. And lastly, we got Acumatica add-on products. So we provide functional consulting, we provide project management. We also provide some development, and part of that also includes building products that we see are filling some good enhancement requests that we've heard over and over again on the market. So with that, we got these 5. I'm going to go back to our website here, our Crestwood Associates website, and then underneath products and services, called Crestwood add-ons, and then we have the details on those for collections management to help AP through the AP Inbox Assist, more for the AR side, Payment and Application Plus, this is a real nice dashboard, singular dashboard called 360 Sales View, and then some ability to add for a sales order entry, inventory substitutions, as well as adding companion items to support, say, upsell activities. So we've got all those types of consulting services available: project management, functional consulting, technical consulting, ready to go. And I think we have about 9 go lives coming up this month, just to give an indication of how busy our teams are and how much our services are requested. So really like to see that. So with that said, I just want to thank you for your time and joining this last of the Acumatica webinar series. Oprah provided those references that you can go back to the recording if you need them to look up those ISVs, look up our products, our blogs, and please reach out to us, reach out to me directly, and if you have any questions or need the links, and really thank you for your time.
Thanks for watching. To learn more about our products, visit www.crestwood.com. Hope to see you there soon.